Hello guys, this is the Perpetuating Party of Patriots, and today we are doing another tier list video, and this one, like the most recent SpongeBob season tier list, is actually a redo of a previous video. And the video that I am redoing is the Fairly Oddparents season tier list. Now, if you're asking why I'm making this, well, I don't feel like I am necessarily as proud of the original version of this video. I feel like my commentary could have probably been a bit better. So, yeah, I don't really think I edited that much to the tier list. I think I just changed the B tier to decent seasons, or maybe it was in that. Maybe that was how the original tier was. I don't remember. Well, actually, at least when it came the original one in that video. But yeah, as you can see, we have all 10 seasons here, and yeah, okay. I'm just gonna start with even though this isn't the first season of the show, it's the first season here. Season 10, I don't think this needs an explanation at all. Yeah, it's just, this is truly where I think the show hit rock bottom, because, uh, well, this was another season that added another main character, that being Chloe. Now, maybe in the first, maybe one or two episodes, she wasn't that bad, but as the show went on, she's become really fucking insufferable. Oh yeah, and they also redid the theme song for this season, and it was complete dog shit. So there's another mark against it. But yeah, season 10 is just the worst season of the show, no question. But okay, now we're on to some actually good seasons. Starting with the first one, and yeah, I think season 1 of Fairly Odd Parents is quite a great season in my opinion. It was definitely one of probably my favorite season ones of any show. Uh, yeah, not really much to say here other than there's just a lot of classic episodes like Power Mad. I thought that was a good one. The Same Game was pretty cool too. Christmas Every Day was a great one. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about season 1. But yeah, and now we're going on to season 2, which I think was even better than season 1. It had a lot a lot of really good episodes as well. Among some of the best episodes, I think Information Superhighway was in this season. Thought that was great. Scary Godparents, Deja Vu, and yeah, there was a lot of really good ones like season 1. But I think season 2 had more highlights. But yeah, okay, season 3, okay, yet another season that I think improved upon the previous one. But yeah, they surprisingly, I think they actually increased the number of episodes in each season as they go on. But yeah, season 3 had a lot of really good ones. I thought the double episode of Where's Wanda and Imaginary Gary were both really cool. The Big Scoop was another pretty solid one. Yeah, again, there's a lot of really good ones. Oh yeah, Chip Off the Old Chip and Pipe Down were great too. But yeah, hey, the only episode that I wasn't really a fan of in this season was probably Love Struck, but even then it wasn't necessarily a bad episode. It was just okay. Okay, here we have it. In my opinion, still the best season of the show. That being season 4. Yeah, this season was was probably the best. Well, it in my opinion is the best season of the show. I had the most highlights, some of the best episodes in the series, like Channel Chasers, which is my all-time favorite episode of Fairly Odd Parents. School's Out the Musical was great. The Big Superhero Wish. I think this season introduced the Pixies, who were some pretty entertaining characters, and yeah, the only again, this is another season where it only had one episode that I wasn't a fan of, and that was then it was Just Between Us. I just thought that one was kind of but other than that, this season was really good consistently. And now we have probably one of the more divisive seasons of the show, season 5. Yeah, something I've kind of noticed with some people is that it seems like some people really don't like this season as much as the first 4, but personally I consider this a part of I guess you'd say, the golden era of this show, and yeah, I thought season 5 was pretty good. Now, I know I explained in the why seasons 6 through 8 aren't bad seasons video that two things that were a bit annoying in this season where they did make Timmy a bit more of a dickhead, and also they added a very repetitive Cosmo and Wanda marriage running gag joke, which I thought was, it got pretty old after a while. But other than that, and also just Timmy's parents becoming just even worse than they already were in this season was a little bit but other than those, the episodes were still really funny and really good. But yeah, okay, here we have some of the placements that are probably going to give me in some hot shit. Well, maybe. I don't think I got hot shit for this before, but yeah, the rankings of seasons 6 through 8. Well, first, we're going to start with season 6. Now, in my opinion, this is pretty good. Now, I know I put it in B tier in decent seasons, but I still think season 6 overall is pretty good. Now, it's not as good as the first 5, let me just state that, but I still thought a lot of the episodes were pretty enjoyable, and Poof, while I'm not personally a huge fan of Poof, he wasn't a bad character, and I liked the dynamic that him and Timmy had, and I think this was, okay, there were a couple bad episodes in this season, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Open Wide and Say I episode was just really and there's probably some other ones that I wasn't a huge fan of, but alongside for every bad episode in this season, there was a really good one, like the Fairly Odd Olympics. I thought that was really good, and the Wishology is especially really fucking good, but yeah, season 6 overall, I think it gets a bit too much shit for what it's worth. Okay, now season 7 of the seasons that are actually anything above bad, I guess you would say. I think this is the worst season. Not a bad one, but again, alongside season 6, I thought this was at least fairly good, or I think this was a decent one overall. Now, this season, it didn't really bring on any new problems to the show necessarily, but I think this is where some of the really, really bad episodes started to appear more often, but the only ones that I thought were really that bad were probably Crocker Shocker. I thought that was a really bad one. Front of Me Mine and Lights Out, I thought those three were pretty fucking terrible, not gonna lie, but again, alongside the bad episodes, there's also a lot of really good ones. I thought some of the ones revolving around Timmy's dad were pretty cool. Also, the Operation Dinkelberg episode, that was that was an amazing one, but yeah, season 7 overall is still pretty decent, even with some of the more bad episodes appearing. Okay, season 8, aka probably the shortest season of maybe any show ever. Only five episodes in this, but now again, I am cheating with this considering there's only 5 episodes, but I thought this was a pretty great season overall, and definitely in my opinion the best of the modern Fairly Odd Parents era, which unfortunately, this was the one that happened before we'll talk about the next season. But yeah, the 5 episodes in here, like I said, were well. Okay, the first 2 I thought were at least decent. Love Triangle was okay, and Timmy's Secret Wish, I thought that was another at least decent one. But the last 3, Invasion of the Dads, Win Losers Attack, and Meet the Odd Parents, all straight up great episodes. Invasion of the Dads was a good follow up to the Added Dad episode, and which was one of my favorite episodes of season 7. When Losers Attach, maybe I just have a thing for enemy team up episodes or villain team up episodes, but I thought that was a really entertaining one. And Meet the Odd Parent type also really liked. I like the kind of old season vibes that one had, but yeah, this is where I think the show really should have ended because now we have season 9. This one is awful. Now, again, I'm not putting it on the same wavelength as season 10, because season 10 is, well, season 10, but yeah, season 9 was truly the first really bad season of the show, and it's also the second to last one, but okay, this is another season that added another main character, and unlike Poof, Sparky, in my opinion, was yet again another character I just found really freaking irritating and not a likable character at all. Now, the reason why I'm not putting Season 9 in as bad of a placement as Season 10 is, I mean, it had a couple more decent episodes at least. I thought the kind of like campfire story one, I thought that was a pretty cool. I don't even remember the name of it, but that was all right. And again, there were still some things that were decent in this season. Like I don't think they completely wrote off all the other side characters yet in this season. So yeah, Dan, I'm struggling to come up with positives for this season, and I think that just goes to show how bad this season was. Not as bad as 10 though, but yeah, that was my Fairly Odd Parents season ranking. As you can tell, as you can tell by the rankings of most of the other seasons, I really do like this show. Yeah, I think this is probably one of the most consistently good Nickelodeon shows, as in, it didn't really become bad until its ninth or 10th, well, it didn't become bad until its ninth season, and while it did kind of start to trail off a little bit towards season 6 or in 7 and 8, well, mostly season 6, but even though it kind of started to trail off there, those seasons still weren't bad. They had a lot of positives to them. But, yeah, anyways, that's all I really have to say regarding this season tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed this version, and see you guys in the next video.